campers, George here. Chilly Minnesota morning. I think it's down to about 2 degrees out there. Didn't really want to wander outside there. So thought I'd spend some time playing in my little man cave here with all my gizmos. And lately I've been doing a lot of reviews on equipment on lighting when camping. I've looked at gas lanterns. I've looked at a couple of them, did a couple of reviews on them. I'm sure you've seen them. And with that in mind, I was looking for something else. The gas lanterns I will be using them, and they're going to be for outside of the tent, stationary type lighting. So you'll be lighting where you're cooking, sitting by the fire, whatever it is, that's where it'll be. It's not something you're going to carry around. Nature calls, you're not going to carry it around, or you're wandering around in the bush at night looking for maybe some wood or something like that. So it's not a hands-free option. It's not really a portable option as far as that, what I call a local portable to your campsite. So I have been using a headset previously, a headlamp. This one is from Innova. I got it about 2 years ago, no, maybe longer than that. And it's nice and sturdy in that, but I just got really frustrated with it simply because it has a slide on off, and which didn't always work. It doesn't always work, and I sit there and I'm trying to slide it on and off, and extremely irritating. And I just got irritated with it, and I stopped carrying it with me, which was a problem. I need to have a hands-free option. So back to the drawing boards, and I went out and did some surfing online, see what I could find. I looked at some reviews, looked at different ones, and the one that got my attention had good reviews. They have a good name, and that is Black Diamond. And Black Diamond have one, it's called the Spot 300. And basically the Spot is the model of the headlamp, and the 300 is the amount of lumens it puts out at max power, which it's pretty bright, 300 lumens. The reviews were very good, so thought I'd make a quick investment, a little bit more than what I'm used to paying. But I think it's going to be worthwhile. 29 bucks and free shipping on Amazon from Black Diamond. So you can see it does have a headband. It's kind of a rubberized headband, kind of like this. It's like that material, foamy type extension. And it has 2 buckles to adjust the size of your head, and you can see how big it is. There's my hand, and it has a lot of different features to it, option modes or whatever you want to call them. When I first got it and I started playing with it, I didn't read the instructions, and I got lost in a hurry. Once I read the instructions and understood what they were talking about, it's not that bad. So it goes onto the headband, and it has the angle adjustment, so it sits on your head and you can adjust the angle. It has 1 button on the top, and the main button, on-off type thing, or mode changer, and 2 little touch buttons on the side. It does have a lot of features. Simply to use, if you understand it, 1 presses this, 2 presses is that when you're turning it on, 3 does this, hold it in, does this. So there's a couple of different modes. So it has the single, what I call the single LED, and then the quad LED. And the combination of both of those gives you 300 lumens at max power. You can adjust the output. It's not like on, off, and that's all you got. It doesn't have a low and a high. You can actually adjust the output simply by using on the top, by holding it in. It dims it down, brings it back up, and you just stop it where you want. A nice feature with that is that when you turn it off, you turn it back on, whatever level you had it set at or whatever setting you were at when you turned it off, it remembers that. Another thing is it does have a waterproof housing. It's not something I'm going to throw in a glass of water to test it out. They say it's waterproof, and I'll take their word for it. I'm not going to abuse mine. I'm not going to go swimming with it, that sort of thing. It's really for camping. And I don't plan on doing any swimming or anything like that with it. So it's not really that heavy. It is a little heavy because it is batteries. Now you're going to say, well, George, I thought you were trying to get away from batteries. Yes, I was. The other models that they have on this are rechargeable. So you plug them in using a USB cable with a charger, just like your cell phone type thing. And it charges the battery. The problem I have in Minnesota, it gets really cold, batteries die quickly. My concern was, it's going to die, how am I going to recharge it? I do have a portable battery pack, but that I keep strictly for my camera equipment. I don't want to use it on this. So that was another reason I chose this model. It uses 3 AAA batteries, and they're fairly small, fairly light, so I figured if I carried another 3 with me, I should be good. The battery compartment is in the back, and this pops open, so you can see in the back there is the 3 batteries. Clips together nice and tight. So to turn it on, just hit the button on the top. Whatever my last setting was, that's what it's at. I'm trying not to shine it in your face so you can see it. And then I hit it again and it switches off. Now, if that was just a one press, to control the output, if I turn it on and then I press down on that button, you can see how I can control the output. It goes back up and down. You stop it where you want. Release it, hit it again, turns off and remembers that setting. So that's just with a one button press. You can see where I was before. It's there. I turn it off. We're all good. Or I hold it in. I can adjust the output. If I hit it twice when I turn it on, I go to a different mode. I'm using now the other LED, and same thing. Hold it in, brightness, and it adjusts it. Whatever mode it's in, you can adjust. So I turn that off. What happens if I hit it 3 times when I turn it on? Flashing. You have a flasher. Now I'm not sure. Oh, it does. It does make it brighter and dimmer. So then I hit it again, it's off. When I turn this back on now, it's going to go back into the regular mode. It doesn't stay on flash. It's really that simple to use. The other mode it does have is it has a nighttime red light, which I like. You know, when you're camping with other people and that you have a headlight on, it's really bright, you're wandering around at night, it kind of bothers other people. Using that red light option for me, it gives you enough light to see where you're going, and it doesn't bother anybody else, and it's not really that obvious. So let's try that. And the way to get into that mode, press and hold for 2 seconds, I believe, is what it is. Let's give it a try. There you go. Now, I'm in that red mode. If I hold the button in again, it adjusts the brightness. There you go. So if I turn it off, so when I turn it back on, I'm in the red mode. So to get out of it, remember how you got into it. So if I hold it in, there you go. So another feature it does have, and that is it allows me to, let me turn this down a little bit so it doesn't shine in your face. It allows me to lock it out. And you go, well, what is lock out? I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but for me, then you know what? I just realized what I'm doing. There is, I'm going to just dim it down again. There is another mode, and it is a quick bright mode. And I've just did it again. I just realized what I was doing, turning it back onto a quick bright mode, and they do have that mode besides the lockout. And what it is, I've turned this down, but if I hit the side of the camera, you can see there. I can, just by tapping, I can turn it on to max output. And I keep doing that the way I'm holding it right now. I keep doing that, sorry. So that's the other mode. So you can have a selection here, hit it, just by tapping the side of the lamp. It could go from whatever your normal setting is to really bright. Now I was telling you about the lockout function. So on the lockout function, basically what it allows you to do is you can't accidentally turn it on. Putting it away in your case, your backpack, whatever, you accidentally hit it, go to whatever you're doing, you need it, you pull it out and it's dead. You have dead batteries. So that's what the lockout's for. It just makes it a little bit harder to turn it on and off. And if you remember, I'm trying to help you out. If ever you get this and you have to read the instructions, you have the 1 button push, the 2 button push, the 3 button to get into the flasher mode, the one push, hold it in for 2 seconds to go into the red mode. Now, to lock it out, if I hit it and hold it in, you're going to see a little blue light start flashing right there. It's now locked out. If I hit it once, it doesn't come on. See that? Blue light just flashes and goes back off. Well, now I want to turn it back on. Press it, hold it for your 4 seconds, and there it's on. The blue light has come off and we're back in normal operation. So there you go. The black diamond headlamp, the 300 lumen output for the spot. And like I said, the model number is spot. 300 lumen is the maximum output, and it's made by Black Diamond. I got this online through Amazon. Like I said, it was about 29 bucks, was free shipping included, and I did get it directly from Black Diamond on Amazon. They got it to me really quickly, a lot quicker than I thought, free shipping especially, and works for me. It seems nice and sturdy. I have not personally gone outside and at night and used it. I just switched all the lights off in my house and wandered around with it, and it works great. That 300 lumens, that is something. The more lumen output, obviously, the further distance you can see. On the box here, they actually give you an indicator. And you probably saw that in the previously when the video started, I had some slides for you to have a look at just to see what it's like. So there you go. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, you know the story. And hopefully I'll be back with some more gizmos for you to have a look at. You never know, might be something you need. As usual, there is a link below. If you'd like to support the channel and you're thinking about getting one, would appreciate it if you use my link. I get a small piece of it and it helps me, it's not much, but enough of them. Helps me go and buy another gizmo to review for you. Always appreciate you following, commenting, and liking my videos. So hopefully we'll see you again soon. Just saying. Thanks for watching. Bye.